this is a true story. So before my mother passed, I was, obviously in healthcare, and I hated my job. I mean, I was making all kind of money, man. It was crazy. Everybody was, successful. Everybody was happy for me. Had a company car, expense account, all that kind of stuff. But I hated my job. I hated my job, right? And year after year, I performed well. I was good at it. I mean, I could do it in my sleep. I did the job in my sleep, but I hated my job. And this older guy, I had the privilege of talking to this older guy, um, I believe on a hunting trip, and we were talking about that. And he said, "Why don't you leave?" And I was like, I kept coming up with these ideas, and he said, "Sounds like you're scared to me. Sound like you're scared to me." I was scared, and then shortly after my mother passed, um, all of that went out the window. You know, I was in an unhappy place, and that the 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 feeling of being in an unhappy environment outweighed the fear of the unknown, and so I was, when I say get an accountability partner, I ended up doing this investment deal, and I made $10,000 in 4 hours. And so I was like, wow, okay. So when you look at the average hours that somebody can work in a year, 2,080 hours in a year, I multiplied that by $10,000. I figured out I my efforts would produce $5 million a year. And I believed in me. I believed in, I would think back to the things that my mother would say. The last thing she told me was I needed to settle down and establish roots. And that it never left me. And so I started looking at what I was good at, what I enjoyed, what brought me joy. And so when I started delving into those things a little more, heavily, I found that the money flowed and the fear wasn't there anymore.